So, like anything, the journey starts somewhere. Selling items, selling tools, selling tires, selling cars, all started from just selling cars. I started flipping cars. I started, as you say, in the house world, because I'm a realtor now, renovating the cars or restoring the cars. That started, and then that kind of snowballed into selling old cars to selling new cars, from selling new cars to selling houses and flipping houses and renovating houses. So it just kind of all encumbers itself. And then weird things like that started happening. And then that's where your whole network changes, and you start to really get exposed to things that you never would have known if you're not at the table with certain people. When he parks here, it's here. But he's not fucking here. He's in fucking Puerto Rico, unfortunately. I think Puerto Rico or Bogota, I don't remember. One of them places. So his shit, I think is 1, 2, 3, 4. His shit is 9. It's 9 windows. So his is bigger, bro. And that shit is matte gray. Oh my god, this is raw as fuck. The whole inside is fully done. It's gray. Gray exterior and white interior. The whole fucking thing is white. It's just nasty, bro. Nasty, guys. But yeah, bro.
Is one of the biggest misconceptions that people think about the average person when they think about somebody purchasing a jet or renting a jet? Like, what's one of the biggest things that you?
They think that everybody that has a jet charters a jet. Not true. Remember, when you charter jets, you do it for the purpose of taxes. You do it for the purpose of write-offs. I'm not gonna get into that because it's not a profession, but I know enough. So you do it for that purpose. But not everybody likes to do that because, it gets utilized, and it's not people that care. So you do it to a certain extent or a certain amount of times a year, and that's it. Because remember, like I said before, and he's gonna have to blurt this out, when you buy that, it's fuck you money. So you don't really need to rent it out realistically. Now, if you're buying it for the purpose of business to rent it out, totally different concept. But they don't really do that, man. They really don't. They do it a certain amount of times for the year for taxes, and they stop right away. I had somebody call me today, and they asked me for a plane, and they thought it cost like $700,000. I'm like, $700,000? I'm like, that's a Bentley or a Lamborghini. You're talking about the millions for something this size, not in the hundreds of thousands. No way. If you're in hundreds of thousands, you're talking about one of them little planes that's going to probably go down. You don't want to be on that. But I would say that's one of the biggest misconceptions, is that everybody rents them out. They just do it for the purpose of taxes, and that's it. That's for them. It's money that they have, and they purchase a toy, and they park it. If you look around, there's a bunch of them just parked there. You get on it when you want to. Unless you're an artist that travels a lot, like some artists that I know, that's different. You have to have that because it shortens time of being wasted. You know what I mean? So you get here, jump on the tarmac, get on your jet, you take off. When you have to go, commercial and stuff like that, it's waiting. Then you have to worry about people wanting to get things signed, and it kind of gets overwhelming, you know what I mean? Other than that, private jet, you got your entourage, you jump on, boom, and you're there a lot faster, obviously.
And we're at a private airport right now. We hear some
yeah, a buddy of mine works back there on some high-end cars, so coincidental, all this used to be just airport only, and then it turned into like a racetrack, which is pretty cool. But once again, you're surrounded by certain people with money that they could just use it for toys. And as you hear that, I mean, obviously, that could be I don't know, it could be a McLaren, it could be anything. But I can tell you right now, when I went over there and I saw the cars there, those kind of guys, the money they invest in those cars is crazy. And again, it's, a hobby. I mean, I do it. I build cars too, not to that extent, but it's a hobby, you know what I mean? So, it's pretty cool. One day we'll get over there too.
And what does that just tell you? That there's certain people that have worked hard enough where they're able to have their car based at a private airport where they probably hop off of their jet and then are able to get onto the
that does actually happen. Remember, not everybody lives here that has the cars here. They fly from somewhere else. So you hop off a jet, hop in your car. Again, how hard you worked, oh my God, how smart. It's a totality of all circumstances, you know what I mean? And like I like to use me for example, a lot of this stuff it's foreign to me. I just know street stuff and hustle and be a barber or be a basketball player or football player, vice versa, things like that nature. But the stuff that you hear these type of individuals talk about, if you're not around it, you're never gonna know. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing with my journey. I like to tell people, hey, listen, there's a lot of information out there. Sometimes information is more than money, or I should say equal, because it can get you certain places, you know what I mean? And when you sit at a table with people that are in a different tax bracket than you, but your vernacular seems to be the same as theirs, that's when they start to tune in, and then the like minds come together, and before you know it, you're in business conversations to close this deal or that deal, because now you have that trust and that understanding. You know what I mean? You can't be from, I don't want to use any occupation, but you can't be from here and then talk to somebody over here that's from, I don't know, Saudi Arabia, and that they trade oil and they sell oil. It's the two different, universes. You know what I mean? So you got to be well-rounded in this day and age, because you never know who you're going to talk to. And that's what makes me very fortunate, because I can change clothes and be in any conversation because I've been around so much.